Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is 𝐷𝐿𝐵𝐷 and in today's video I'll explain you how we can automate deploying Node.js application on Google Cloud Run service using Terraform and GitHub Actions. And next I will explain you how we can map Google Cloud Run URL with GoDaddy domain. So similarly, earlier I already explained you how we can deploy Flask application on Google Cloud Run using Jenkins. But in that video, I haven't explained you how we can map Google Cloud Run service URL with GoDaddy. But in today's video, I'll explain you each and everything. And we are going to automate this whole setup using Terraform and GitHub Actions. So here you can see this is the architecture right now we are going to follow. So whenever any push and pull request happen for this main branch, automatically this GitHub Actions pipeline will run, guys. Okay. So initially in the first job, it will take the source code from the GitHub repository. Okay. So in the second job, using Trivy, it will scan this entire file system for any of the vulnerabilities. So here basically Trivy is a security tool which is used to find different security issues within the file systems or Docker images. Okay. So already a long ago I created a dedicated video on Trivy. I will provide that video link in this video description. So please try to watch that video if you want to learn about Trivy. So in the third job, first it will authenticate to Google Cloud using GCP IAM service account credentials, and next it will build the Docker image and it will tag the Docker image with the latest tag and it will tag with the latest Git commit ID, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. So here basically GCP Artifact Registry is also a service which is provided by Google Cloud, and it is used to store Docker images or Helm charts or everything. Okay. So now in the fourth stage using Trivy, this pipeline will always scan latest Docker image for any of the vulnerabilities, guys, and it will display all the high and critical vulnerabilities in a tabular format. So I will show you this everything while running this GitHub Actions pipeline. So in the fifth job, always this GitHub Actions pipeline will deploy latest Git share Docker image to Google Cloud Run service. So before deploying it, it will check whether our Google Cloud Run service is existing or not. So if the service is available, it will skip this stage. So if the service is not available, using Terraform, it will provision entire Google Cloud Run service, and always it will deploy latest Git share Docker image to Google Cloud Run service, guys. Okay. So once application is deployed successfully, we are going to map our Google Cloud Run service URL with the GoDaddy domain. So here one of the main beauties for our GoDaddy domain, we are not going to request any TLS sets, but Google Cloud Run itself will manage this TLS connections and everything. Okay. So end of the day, we can access our application using HTTPS connections. Okay. So and yes, that's it for this project intro. Now let's implement this everything from scratch. So before implementing this, first let me explain you about this GitHub repository. So here you can see this is the GitHub repository currently we are going to use for this project. So previously, as I said, we are going to deploy a sample Node.js application, right? So let me open this app.js. So basically, end of the day, it will display a small message like "Hello everyone from Node deployed on Google Cloud Run." Okay, so it will display this small message, and we are going to build a Docker image using this Docker file for this Node.js application. So this is the Docker file for that. So base image we are going to take as Node 18 Alpine, and we are going to set working directory as /user src and app, and we are going to copy this package.json file. Next we are going to copy all the application files. That means just we need to copy this app.js, that's it. Okay, and we are going to expose this container on port 3000, and we are going to start this npm. Okay, that's it about this Docker file. And here you can see these are the Terraform scripts we are going to use to provision Google Cloud Run service and for deploying our latest Docker image always. Okay, so now let me explain you about this Terraform script. So first let me explain you about this provider.tf. So in provider.tf, we are going to use provider as Google, and this is the project ID and this is the region. So we are going to pass this project ID, region, and let me open this terraform.tf first, and service name, container, image, everything from GitHub Actions pipeline itself, guys. Okay, that is one of the main beauty. So if you want to implement this from your local, just comment this and you can directly provide all the values here, guys. Okay, so but we are going to pass this project ID, region, service name, container image, everything from GitHub Actions pipeline itself. Okay, so while writing GitHub Actions pipeline, I will explain you this, I will show you this everything. Okay, so then you can get a better understanding. So now let me open this main.tf file. So we are going to store our Terraform state file inside this cloud storage bucket. So basically we need to create a cloud storage bucket and we need to provide that bucket name here. So you can go with this name also, no problem. So if you want to go with some another names, you need to create a cloud storage bucket and you need to provide that bucket name here. So we are going to use this Google Cloud Storage to store our Terraform state file, guys. Okay. So first it will provision Google Cloud Run service, and next it will create Google Cloud IAM member. Okay. So that's it about this Terraform scripts, guys. Okay. So now let's implement this everything from scratch. So let me open my GitHub repository. So here you can see currently this is the repository we are going to use for our Node.js application deployment. So already have written a README file for this entire process. So just go through this README file, guys. Okay. So now let's open our Google Cloud. Let me open a new tab and let me keep it here. Let me open a new tab and let me remove this. Okay. So before this, let me open Cloud Run and let me open this Cloud Run. So here you can see currently we don't have even single Cloud Run service active and running. Okay. So now let's come here. So now let's create a GitHub Actions pipeline to automate this entire process. So in order that first you need to create a directory with .github/workflows. So inside this you can create with any of the names. So I'm going with deploy.yaml. So currently I don't have any code. So I have written this GitHub Actions pipeline. So let me copy this entire one and let me open this and let me edit this and let me paste that entire GitHub Actions pipeline here, guys. Okay. So now let me comment this entire jobs. I will explain you one by one. Let me comment up to here, up to here. Okay. Let me comment this. So first I will explain you about this single job. Okay, so let's start from here. So as I said earlier, so whenever any push and pull request happen for this main branch, automatically this GitHub Actions pipeline will run, guys. Okay, so here you can see these are all the env variables we are going to pass for our GitHub Actions pipeline. So this is the image tag. Always it will tag with the latest git sha, that means latest GitHub commit ID. Okay, so here you need to provide your project ID, guys. Okay, so you need to open your Google Cloud account. So here you need to select this, and if you want to deploy in this project you need to copy this ID. So if you want to deploy in my first project you need to copy this, and here you need to paste your project ID. Okay, so just remove this similarly like this and paste that project ID. Okay, so using this project ID only it will deploy this Cloud Run application on this project, guys. Okay, so currently I'm on my first project, so I have provided my first project ID here. Okay, so this is the jar is nothing but Google Artifact Registry location. So currently I'm going to store my Docker images on US Central 1 region. Okay, so repository name, so you need to create a artifact registry with any of the name, that is not an issue, but you need to provide that name here, guys. Okay, so in this repository only it will store all the Docker images. Image name, okay, so we are going to use image name as Node.js, and service name, so this is the Cloud Run service name, it will create with Node.js hyphen service. Here you can pass any of the names, that is not an issue. Okay, so region we are going to deploy in US Central 1. So these env variables we are going to pass to our GitHub Actions pipeline. So I will explain you all these env variables where we are going to pass. Okay, I will explain you while explaining these jobs. Okay, so now this is the first job. So in the first job it will take the source code from this GitHub repository, and for all the jobs instead of using our own self-hosted runners we are going to use GitHub Ubuntu images, guys. Okay, so which is Ubuntu hyphen latest. So in my previous video I already explained you how we can use our own self-hosted runner. Okay, so I will provide that video link in this video description, so please try to watch that video. So in that video I already explained you how we can create our own self-hosted runners and how we can run our jobs in that self-hosted runners. So in this particular video I'm not going to use that self-hosted runners. Instead of that I'm going to use these images, which is Ubuntu hyphen latest. Okay, so now let's try to commit these changes. Now let me select here immediately actions, and here you can see a job has been started, checkout. So currently it is taking the source code, guys. Okay, so here you can see successfully job is completed. So entire code has been pulled from this repository. So now let's write second job. Let me open this Node.js Google Cloud Run. Now you need to enter into .github/workflows. You need to open this deploy.yaml. So in the first job it has taken the code, right? So this is the second job. So in the second job, using Trivy, we are going to scan this entire file system, and it will display vulnerabilities only critical and high, and it will display in a tabular format, guys. Okay, so now let me edit this. Let me uncomment this up to here. Now here you can see, let me explain you from scratch. So for this job we are going to provide name as Trivy file scan fscan. So it also runs on Ubuntu hyphen latest image, and it needs checkout. Okay, that means after completing this job it will run the second job, guys. Okay, so that's why here we need to keep needs. So this is the steps. So here also first it will take the code. Next, using Trivy we are going to scan our file system. So it will display only critical and high severities, and it will display in a tabular format. Okay, so it will display only OS and library vulnerabilities. Okay, so now let me select here commit changes and directly select here Node.js, it or else directly select here actions. So here you can see it is running. So now let me select this checkout. So here you can see code has been taken successfully. So now it will run second job, preview file scan. So here you can see in this second job particularly it will take the code, and it will scan for any of the vulnerabilities. Okay, previously as I said it will display only critical and high vulnerabilities. So let's wait. So here you can see second job also it's completed, so it's generated a small report, guys. Okay, so now let me select here Node.js Google Cloud Run, and again you need to enter into this .github/workflows and directly open this deploy.yaml. So now up to now we have completed two jobs, right? So now let's go to the third job. So let me edit this. Let me uncomment this third job up to here. Let me uncomment this. So now I will explain you this third job. So this is the third job. So we are going to provide name like build Docker image and push to GCP artifact registry. So here also we are going to use Ubuntu hyphen latest image instead of using our self-hosted runner. Needs Trivy FS scan. That means after completing this Trivy FS scan, it will start executing this third job, guys. Okay, that means build Docker image and push to GCP artifact registry. So these are the steps. So in the first step, it will take the source code from the GitHub repository. Next, it will authenticate with Google Cloud, guys. Okay, so basically, we need to create a GCP IAM service account credentials, and we need to provide a few of the permissions like Cloud Run service and artifact registry permissions, and we need to download the JSON file, and we need to provide the JSON file on this GitHub secrets. So from there, we need to pass that secret to this job, guys. Okay, so I'll explain you that later. So now in this stage it will configure to Docker to use gcloud as a credentials helper. Next, it will set up Docker buildx, and it will build Docker image similarly like this. Now after building this Docker image, it will tag the Docker image with the latest tag and as well as with the image tag. Image tag is nothing but here you can see first env variable is image tag. That means GitHub SHA. GitHub SHA is nothing but commit ID, guys. Okay, it will tag with GitHub commit ID as well as with the latest tag, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP artifact registry parallelly. Okay, so now let me comment this. So basically this third job will fail, guys. Okay, so let me show you the error first. Let me select here actions and let me open this. So here you can see these are the three jobs: checkout, Trivy file scan, build Docker image and push to GCP artifact registry. Okay, so here you can see now this is the second job, it is going on. So currently it is scanning this GitHub Actions pipeline. Okay, so you can observe, guys. Okay, so whenever any changes are occurred in this GitHub Okay, so automatically this GitHub Actions pipeline will building this entire process. So here you can see, as I said, authenticate to Google Cloud has been failed because we haven't provided GCP IAM service account credentials on GitHub secrets. That's why it was failed. So now let's do this. Let me select here Node.js Google Cloud Run. Before that, let me select this, and you need to select IAM and admin, and here you need to select service accounts. So it's like AWS IAM access keys and secret keys, guys. Okay. So directly select here create service account. Now name we need to provide. So let you can provide any of the name. So particularly I'm going to create this service account for Google Cloud Run itself, right? So I'm going to provide Cloud Run -sa service account. Okay. So I'm not going to provide any of the description. Directly select here create and continue. And now here we need to provide permissions for this service account. So directly select this. And now here I'm going with the basic, and I'm going to provide directly owner permissions. Okay. So basically it's for practice only, right? So I'm going with the owner permission. So in real time, you need to provide specific permissions. Like currently we are going to deploy our application on Google Cloud Run, right? So you need to provide Google Cloud Run permission. That means Google Cloud Run role, and you need to provide Artifact Registry role, guys. Okay. So I'm going to provide owner permissions and directly select here continue, and directly select here done. So now let me show you the service account. So here you can see cloud run -sa, but we haven't created any of the JSON files. So let me select here IAM, and here we need to see cloud run -sa. So where is this? So here you can see cloud run -sa. We have provided owner permissions. So if you in future, if you want to add some other permissions, you can directly select here edit principal, and you can directly select here add another role, and you can directly provide that roles here, guys, and you can directly select here save. Okay. So if you want to remove, similarly you can delete, and you can directly select here save. Okay. So currently I'm going with owner permissions. So now let me directly jump on to service accounts once again, and let's download a JSON file for that service account. So you can directly open this Cloud Run SA and directly select here keys. Now directly select here add key, and here you need to select create new key, and I'm going with key type as JSON and directly select here create. So now a JSON key will be downloaded to our local computer. Okay, so here you can see a key has been downloaded. So now let me open this file manager and downloads. So here you can see this is the key. So now let me open this in a VS Code. So now we need to provide this service account data to our GitHub secrets. Okay, so now let's do this. Let me open my GitHub and let me select here settings. Inside your repository, you need to go to settings. Okay, so here you need to select secrets and variables, and here directly select actions, and here you need to select new repository secret, and here we need to provide variable name. So let me provide a variable name same like this, Google application credentials. Let me copy this and let me open this. Now in this secret, you need to copy this entire data and you need to paste it here. So let me try to explain this, guys. Okay, so basically type we created a service account, and this is the project ID. In this project it will deploy this application, and this is the private key ID, and this is the private key, and this is the client email, and this is the client ID, and this is the authentication URL, and this is the token URL. Okay, so using all these credentials, this GitHub Actions pipeline will authenticate with Google Cloud. Okay, so now let's come here and directly select here add secret, and once again let's open this actions and directly select here did deploy.ml. Now directly select here rerun jobs, and you can run all the jobs or else you can run only failed jobs. Okay, so in Jenkins you cannot find this option, guys. Okay, rerun failed jobs, so you need to start that pipeline from scratch. Okay, so now here I'm going to select rerun failed jobs. That means it will run only this third job, which is build and push Docker image to GCP Artifact Registry. Okay, so here you can see only this third job it is starting. So now let's see whether it will authenticate with Google Cloud or not. So this is the stage for that. So here you can see successfully it is authenticated with our Google Cloud, and now it will build the Docker image, guys. Okay, so let's wait. So here you can see now currently it is building the Docker image. So here you can see currently it is building the Docker image. Next it will tag Docker image, guys. Okay, so again it was failed. Let me check the error. BuildX failed with error, failed to build, failed to solve, failed to fetch authentication token, unknown repository, test repo. Okay, okay. So let me open this. Let me open this Node.js Google Cloud Run. Directly select here .github/workflows and directly open this deploy.yaml. Okay. So now let's come here. So it is failed to push our Docker images, guys. Okay. So why? Because means we need to create a repository with name test repo. Okay. So uh, in order to store these Docker images, we need to create a GCP artifact registry. Earlier, as I said, right? So we need to create this artifact registry with this name test repo. So not only with this name, you can create with any of the name, that is not an issue, but you need to provide that repository name here in order to store your Docker images. Okay. So let me copy this test repo. Now let me open this. So in search bar, search for artifact registry. Open this, and currently have two artifact repositories. So now let's directly select here create repository. So here repository name we need to provide as test repo. So let me cross check this name. Let me open this. Here you can see test repo. So I'm going with this name. So format, we are going to store our Docker images, right? So here we need to select format as Docker. Mode I'm going with standard, and here you need to select region as US Central 1. Okay. So here you can see currently we are providing region as US Central 1. So here you need to select US Central 1. So if you want to store in some other regions, you need to provide that region name here, guys. Okay. So now let's directly select here create. So here you can see our repository has been created, but inside this repository currently we don't have even single Docker images. Okay. So now let's come here and let's rerun this third job. So directly open this deploy.yaml, and here you can see third job it's failed, right? So now I'm going to select here rerun jobs and rerun failed jobs, rerun job. So now only this failed job only it will run, guys. Okay, so here you can see currently it is running only this third job. So currently it is trying to so it's authenticated with Google Cloud. Now it is going to set up Docker buildx. Next, it will build Docker images and it will push both the Docker image to GCP artifact registry. Basically, it will tag with two tags, right? Earlier, as I said, which is latest and GitHub commit ID. So now both the Docker images will be pushed to GCP artifact registry. Okay. So let's wait. Now it should not throw any of the errors. So here you can see now our job is green. So now let me open this test repo and let me refresh this. So here you can see Node.js. Inside Node.js, you can find your three Docker images. Basically, it will display three images. So here you can see three images. So this is the main one, which is Git commit ID image, guys. Okay. So now let's come here. So up to now, three jobs are green, right? So let's open this Node.js Google Cloud Run and let's open .github/workflows directory, and let's open deploy.yaml, and let me edit this. Now let me uncomment this fourth job. Let me uncomment this. So this is the fourth job. So for this name, we are going to provide as Trivy Docker image scan. So here it also runs on Ubuntu hyphen latest and needs Docker. That means build Docker image and push to GCP artifact registry. That means this is the third job, build Docker image and push to GCP artifact registry. So after completing this third job, it will start running this fourth job, guys. Okay. So these are all the steps. So basically in this job, mainly it will scan our latest image tag Docker image, guys. Okay. So Trivy will scan this Docker image for any of the vulnerabilities. Basically vulnerabilities types, it will display only OS and library, and it will display only critical and high and vulnerabilities. So it will display in a tabular format earlier, as I said. Okay. So here image tag is nothing but previously, as I said, it will always tag this Docker image, which is GitHub SHA, because we are going to deploy this image to Google Cloud Run service. So that's why always we are going to scan this uh, commit ID Docker image. Okay. So now let me select here commit changes and commit changes, and let me select here actions. Now this fourth job also will fail, guys, mostly. Okay. So I'll explain you that error later. So first let's see whether this job will fail or not. Let me select this Trivy file scan. So currently it is Trivy scanning our file system. So it's completed. So now let me open this third job. So in this job, basically it will build Docker image. It will tag the Docker image with the latest tag as well as with the git commit ID, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP artifact registry. So now here instead of 3 we need to see 6 Docker images. So now let's see. So similarly, same like this earlier, I deployed a Flask application on Google Cloud Run, guys. Okay, so there we use Jenkins. So I will provide that video link in this video description. Please try to watch that video. But in that video, I haven't explained you how we can map this Google Cloud Run service URL with GoDaddy. But in today's video, I will explain you that each and everything. Okay, so there will be a slight difference for the both videos. So you can most probably try to go with this GitHub action itself. Okay, so if you are using Jenkins, means again you need to provision a VM, and there you need to install Jenkins. There will be a lot of steps. So if you are going with GitHub Actions, that will be more better. So now this job is green, right? So let me open this and let me refresh this. So here we need to see 6 Docker images. So here you can see now 3 Docker images are added extra. Okay, so this is the latest Git commit ID Docker image. So here you can see, as I said, this fourth job is failed. So why it is failed means currently this repository is a private repository. Okay, so currently whenever we create any of the repositories on Google Cloud, by default it will be private. So in the fourth job, basically it will pull Docker images first. Okay, so it will pull Docker image and it will scan the Docker image using Trivy, but currently it is failing to pull that Docker image. So that's why this fourth job is failed. So now what we need to do is we need to select here artifact registry, that means repositories, and we need to make this test repo as public in order to pull that Docker image. So directly select this repository and directly select here show info panel and directly select here add principal. Now here you need to select all users, and here we need to select roles, and I'm going to provide basic and owner permissions and directly select yes save. And here you can see, are you sure you want to make this resource public? So here you need to select allow public access. So now we are going to provide public access for this test repo. Okay, so now let me select drop down this artifact registry and owner. So here you can see all users we have given. So now anyone can pull this Docker image, guys. Okay, so now this pipeline will not fail. Let me open this and let me select here actions. Now let me try to rerun only failed jobs. Okay, directly select here rerun jobs, rerun failed jobs, rerun failed job. Now only this final job will run, that means fourth job. Okay, so here you can see Trivy Docker image scan. So currently only this job only it will run. Okay, so you can save some time. Instead of running all the jobs, you can run this failed jobs, guys. Okay, so now So now here you can see currently it is not throwing any of the errors. So currently image has been built successfully, and currently here you can see currently it is showing critical and high vulnerabilities. So currently critical vulnerabilities are 0, but high vulnerability is only 1. So this is the high vulnerability. Okay. So this is how it will display. So currently it is displaying in a tabular format. Okay, so you can find vulnerabilities for all the latest Docker images. For it will display only high and critical vulnerabilities basically. Okay, but it will this GitHub Actions pipeline always it will tag latest git share Docker image only. Okay, so now all the 4 jobs are green. So now we only have the final job. So let me select here Node.js Google Cloud Run, and let me select here .github/workflows and directly select deploy.ml. So now this is the final job. Let me edit this. Let me come down. So directly copy from here. Let me copy this from here and uncomment this. Okay, so now this is the final job. So in this job basically we have given name like deploy to cloud run. Basically in this job we are going to deploy our application to Google Cloud Run service. So before deploying this Google Cloud Run service, it will check whether Google Cloud Run service is available or not. So if the service is not available, using Terraform it will provision entire Google Cloud Run service. So if the service is available, it will always deploy latest git share Docker image to this Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so now I will explain you that everything. So for this we are going to provide name as deploy to Cloud Run. So this job also we are going to run on Ubuntu hyphen latest image itself needs Trivy Docker image scan. That means after completing this 4th job, it will start executing this 5th job. Okay, these are the steps. So first it will take the code, next it will authenticate with Google Cloud using GCP IAM service account credentials, next it will set up the project. Okay, so this step we haven't provided earlier. Why we are providing this step means, so currently we are going to deploy our application in this my first project only itself, right? So in order to deploy that application, so you need to set that project ID. So next it will enable all the required APIs for Google Cloud Run service. So next it will set up Terraform. So Terraform version it will provide 1.9.5. So after that it will do Terraform init and Terraform plan. So basically working directory it will enter into that means it will enter into directory called Terraform. So let me open this VS Code. So here you can see it will enter into directory called Terraform. Okay, so in the inside this Terraform directory we have Terraform scripts to provision Google Cloud Run service, right? So let me open this. Okay, so it will enter into Terraform directory and it will do Terraform init. Next it will do Terraform plan. So previously earlier as I said, let me open this and let me open this terraform.tf. So project ID, region, service name and container image. So everything we are going to pass from this GitHub Actions pipeline itself. Okay, here you can see project ID, env.project ID, env.region, env.service name, env. jar location. Okay, so now let me come here. So here you can see env.project id, it will take this project id, env. Google Artifact Registry location, it will take this US Central one, env.image name, it will take this Node.js, env.service name, it will take this Node.js hyphen service. Okay, so we are going to pass every value from this GitHub Actions pipeline for this Terraform scripts, guys. Okay, so this is one of the main advantage of using this. Okay, so in real time also most probably it will be same like this. Okay, so after that again it will enter into directory called Terraform and it will do Terraform apply. Okay, Terraform apply is nothing but it will provision entire Google Cloud Run service, guys. Okay, so currently let me open this and let me keep it here and let me open here Cloud Run. Let me open this Cloud Run. So here you can see currently we don't have even single Cloud Run service active and running. So now let me select here commit changes. So when I select here commit changes, automatically in the final job previously earlier as I said, it will authenticate with Google Cloud and it will set up this project and it will enable all the required APIs and it will set up Terraform, and first it will provision Google Cloud Run service, guys, because here we don't have Google Cloud Run service. So first, using Terraform scripts, it will create Google Cloud Run service, and always it will deploy latest image to this Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so initially it will create. From the second time, just it will refresh whether the service is existing or not. So if it finds like the service is not available, it will provision the service and it will deploy the latest Docker image. That means commit id Docker image. Image tag is nothing but git commit id Docker image, guys. Here you can see image tag is nothing but GitHub SHA. That means commit id Docker image. So if the service is available, always it will deploy this latest Docker image. That means GitHub commit id Docker image to this Google Cloud Run service. Okay. So now let me select here commit changes, directly select here actions and directly open deploy.ml. So now here you can see first it is taking the code from the GitHub repository and it is going to do Trivy file scan. That means Trivy is going to scan this entire file system. So once again here you can see currently we don't have even single Google Cloud Run service. So you can see now how this entire automation is working. Okay. So currently in the third job, currently it will authenticate with Google Cloud and it will build Docker image. It will tag the Docker image with the latest tag as well as with the Git commit ID, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. Okay. So here you can see third job is green. So let me open this fourth job. So in this job, using Trivy, we are going to scan our latest Docker image. That means GitHub SHA Docker image. Okay. So basically it will pull Docker image and it will display vulnerability. So here you can see currently it is also displaying only high vulnerability. So this is the final job, guys. Okay. Just focus on this. So first it is going to set up G-Cloud. So successfully here in this step, it is authenticated with Google Cloud. Next, it is going to set up G Cloud. Next, it will enable all the required APIs for Google Cloud and Service. Next, it will set up Terraform, and next it will do Terraform init and Terraform plan. So here it will refresh, like it will check whether Google Cloud and Service is available or not. So if the service is available, it will skip this and it will deploy latest Docker image. So if the service is not available, it will deploy latest Docker image to Google Cloud Run service. So currently it is failed to get existing workspace query cloud storage failed. Bucket does not exist. Okay. Okay, so let me open this Terraform scripts and let me open this main.tf file. Okay, so previously, as I said, I just forgot it to create a cloud storage bucket, right? So that's why it is failed. Okay, so here you can see exactly it is throwing the error failed to get existing workspace. Fearing cloud storage failed, storage bucket doesn't exist. Okay, so let me open this and let me select cloud storage, and let me open this in a new tab. And let me select here buckets. So here you can see this is the issue. So we haven't created a cloud storage bucket, right? So I'm going to create with the same name itself. Let me copy this and let me select here create. Let me provide this name, directly select continue and directly select standard continue, and I'm going with uniform and continue and directly select create. Okay, so now directly select confirm. So now inside this bucket, we don't have any of the folders, right? So let me open this. So we don't have this folder, right? Terraform slash state. So here you can see we don't have even single row. Okay. So now let's try to rerun this job once again. Rerun fail jobs. Okay. So only this final job it will run, guys. Okay. It will skip all these 4 jobs. Let me refresh this. Let me open this. So here you can see it got skipped this 4 jobs. It's running this final job. Let me open this it is setting up 𝐺cloud. Next, it will enable all the required APIs. Next, it will set up Terraform. So earlier, it got failed here, right? So now it will not fail. So here you can see successfully authenticated to 𝐺cloud, and now it is enabling all the required APIs and it is set up Terraform. So now here you can see initially it got failed. Now initializing the backend successfully configured the backend GCS. Terraform will automatically use the backend unless the backend configuration changes. Okay. So here you can see currently it is going to provision this entire services which is planned to add. Okay. So currently it is creating all these. So here you can see all the two Google Cloud Run service is created successfully, and it is deployed our latest Docker image, guys. Okay. So now here you can see all the 5 jobs are green. Now let me open this Cloud Run, and here you can see currently it is not showing anything, right? So let me refresh this. So here you can see Node.js service. It's created successfully just now. Let me open this. Let me select here revisions. So here you can see this is the revision, just now it is deployed. Okay, so now let's try to access our application. So we need to see this message, guys, basically. Okay, so we need to see this: hello everyone from Node deployed on Google Cloud Run. So we need to see this message. So in order to access your application, you need to copy this URL. So directly copy this URL and open it in a new tab and hit enter. Okay, so here you can see hello everyone from Node deployed on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so currently if you observe this carefully, so here you can see connection is secure. This is the secure certificate, TLS set. Okay, so everything will be TLS and everything will be managed by Google Cloud itself, guys. Okay, so this is one of the main beauty of using this Google Cloud Run service. So now let's do small automation, guys. Okay, directly select your Node.js Google Cloud Run. So now let's modify this app.js file. Let me select app.js and let me edit this. I'm going to remove this everything up to here. Let me remove this. Hello everyone from Node.js. Okay, so let's provide like this and directly select here commit changes. So before selecting here commit changes, so here you can see if I refresh this, currently it is displaying hello everyone from Node deployed on Google Cloud Run, right? So here you can see if I refresh this, it is displaying only this message. So now when I select here commit changes, automatically this GitHub Actions pipeline will start executing all the jobs and it will deploy latest Docker image to this Google Cloud Run service. Okay. So now let me select here checkout. So here you can see checkout completed. Currently it is Trivy scanning our GitHub repository. So scanning is also completed. So in this third job, it will authenticate with Google Cloud and it will build Docker image and it will tag Docker images like latest and as well as with the GitHub SHA, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. Okay. So always this all steps will be repeated, guys. Okay, so whenever any changes are occurred in the GitHub repository, this GitHub Actions pipeline will come to action and it will deploy that changes to the stage. Okay. So third job is also green. So let me open this fourth job, Trivy Docker image scan. So in this job, basically it will scan latest Git SHA Docker image. Okay. So Trivy will scan for any of the security vulnerabilities. So let's wait. So here you can see it's generated a report. So deploy to Cloud Run. So this is the main stage. Okay. So in this stage, first it will take the code, it will authenticate with Google Cloud and it will set up a 𝐺cloud and it will enable all the required APIs which are required for Google Cloud Run. Next, it will set up Terraform. It will do Terraform init and Terraform plan and it will do apply. Okay. So basically, now just carefully observe, guys. It will not recreate this Google Cloud Run service. Instead of recreating this service, it will deploy latest Docker image to this Google Cloud Run service. So here you can see revisions. Currently, it is showing one only, right? So within next 1 minute, it will deploy latest Docker image. Here you can see plan 0 to add 1 to change. Okay, so here you can see 1 to change. 1 to change is nothing but here you can see currently it is deploying this Docker image. So this is our latest Docker image. So here you can see modification is also completed and deployment is also green. So now let me open this, just refresh this URL. So here you can see hello everyone from Node.js. So we just modified this earlier guys. Okay, so this is how it will work. So if you try to reload this, always request will go to this revision. Okay, so now let me open this Google Cloud and let me select your services and open your service and let me select here revisions. So here we need to see basically two revisions guys. Okay, so here you can see just now it is updated. So this is our new revision, this is the old revision, that means this is our old Docker image and this is our new Docker image. So currently 100% traffic is serving to this new Docker image. So this is the new Docker image. Let me refresh this. Okay, so this is how it works. So now uh, in case accidentally if someone is deleted this Google Cloud Run service, means you cannot able to access this application, right? So now let me try to delete this Google Cloud Run service. I'm going to select this and delete and delete. Okay. So now someone has unfortunately deleted this Google Cloud Run service, means you cannot able to access your application. Okay. So here you can see error page not found. So now here you can see we don't have Google Cloud Run service. So instead of recreating that Google Cloud Run service manually, if you try to rerun this GitHub Actions pipeline, automatically it will deploy latest code to the Google Cloud Run service, guys. Okay, so now I will show you that. Directly select your actions and directly open this deploy update app.js. Now here you need to select rerun jobs. Okay, so now it will run all these jobs. So let me, so here you can see first it is going to take the source code from the GitHub repository. So it is green. So here you can see this is the second job using Trivy. It is going to scan our file system. Let's wait. So here you can see second job is also green. Now it is going to third job. So in the third job, it will build Docker image. It will tag the Docker image with the latest tag as well as with the GitHub SHA, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. Once again, here you can see currently we don't have Google Cloud Run service. Okay. So earlier, for the second time, it got skipped, right? That means if I haven't created Google Cloud Run service, instead of creating, it is just updated the latest Docker image, right? Now it will recreate Google Cloud Run service, guys. Okay, why? Because means we don't have Google Cloud Run service here. Okay, so this is the third job. Now third job is also green. So this is the fourth job. So now using Trivy, we are going to scan our Docker image for any of the vulnerabilities. Now fourth job is also green. So now let me open this fifth job. So this is the main job. So in this job only it will provision Google Cloud Run service and it will deploy our latest Git share Docker image to this Google Cloud Run service, guys. Okay. So currently it is going to set up Google Cloud. So it is enabled all the required APIs for our Google Cloud and it has done Terraform init and Terraform plans. So here you can see now it is going to create two services. Okay. Plan two to add, that means Google Cloud Run service and I am member. Okay, so here you can see it is going to create. So currently it is creating. So this is how it works, guys. Okay, so here you can see it's created and deployed our Docker image and our pipeline is also green. Okay, so here you can see our pipeline is green. So now let's come here. So currently it is not showing any Google Cloud Run service, right? So let me refresh this page. So here you can see just now it is deployed. So now let me open this and revisions. So this is our new Docker image. So now let me copy this URL and open a new tab and let me paste it here, hit enter. So here you can see hello everyone from Node.js. Okay, so currently latest code is deployed to this Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so up to now we have done these things, right? So now uh, let's map this. Let me open this. Okay, so now let's map this Google Cloud Run service URL with our GoDaddy domain. So previously I purchased a domain name on GoDaddy with name vijaygirituri.in. So I'm going to use that domain name for mapping. Okay, so now let's close this. Let me open GoDaddy login. Open this, and let me select here my products, and let me select here DNS. So now so this is the domain name, which is vijaygirituri.in. Okay, so now let's select here networking. So from here just follow the steps, guys. Okay, so already have written this everything in a readme file. So let me show you that readme file. So let's follow all the steps, so you will be having a better idea then. Okay, so here you can see custom domain with GoDaddy. Steps to link GoDaddy domain with Google Cloud Run. So this is the first step we need to do. Prepare your Cloud Run service. So currently we deployed our Google Cloud Run service, and we can able to access using this URL, right? Let me open this once again. So we can able to access our application using this Google Cloud Run service URL. So here you can see you can able to access, right? So let me open this. Make sure your service is deployed and working at the Google Cloud Run URL. So it's working fine. Now your service should allow unauthenticated access if anyone want the public to reach. Okay. So currently we have given public access for this. Okay. So anyone can access our application using this URL. Now, uh, first step is completed. So we have automated this entire process using GitHub Actions pipeline. Okay. So now this is the second one. So here just you need to focus, guys. Verify domain ownership in Google Cloud. So you need to open your Google Cloud console, and you need to open Google Cloud Run, and you need to open your Google Cloud Run service. That means this is our Google Cloud Run service. Okay, which is a Node.js service. You need to open this, and next you need to select here networking, and you need to select custom domains. Okay, so you need to select here networking, and here you need to select custom domains. So here you need to simply select manage. Okay, so or else you can directly select here domain mapping. You can directly select here add mapping. Okay, so here you can see next you need to select add mapping. Directly select here add mapping. Next choose your Google Cloud Run service and enter your domain name, and it will generate a txt record that you must add to your GoDaddy DNS to prove your ownership, guys. Okay, so here you can see when you select here add mapping, here it will display your Google Cloud Run service. So currently, for example, if you have 5 Google Cloud Run services in this account, you need to select your accurate working Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so you need to select this. So currently my service is Node.js hyphen service. So select a verified domain. So in your case, it will not show like this. It will display only verify a new domain. Okay, so here you need to provide your domain name. For example, it may be anything example.com. Okay, so if your domain name is example.com, you need to select example.com, and you need to select here continue. So then by default this Google Cloud will authenticate with your domain provider, and it will check for verification whether this domain is yours or not. Okay, so this is only for domain verification. So previously earlier while I was doing this project implementations, right, at that point of time I already verified this domain ownership. So Google Cloud has successfully authenticated with my GoDaddy, and it's updated successfully, guys. Okay, so I'm going with my domain name, which is vijaygirituri.in. So once again, I'm telling you, for the first time, it will display verify a new domain, and you need to provide your domain name here, and you need to verify your domain, guys. Only at that, if you're doing like that, means only it will work, or else it will not work. Okay, so I'm going with my domain, which is vijaygirituri.in. So it's verified successfully. And so here, if you want to add any of the subdomains, you can directly add that subdomains, or else you can directly leave by default. Okay, so sorry, it's gone. Node.js service, and I'm going with vjgrid3.in. Okay, so if you want to add any of the subdomains, you can add, or else you can leave this by default. So now directly select here continue. So now it's updating DNS records. So let's wait for some couple of seconds. So here you can see it's updated. So now we need to update this A records or else A records on your GoDaddy, guys. Okay. So you need to update any of the one. You need to choose either you can update A or else you can update A. But you need to update this four record types. Okay. So now I'm going with A records. So directly select here. So already have single A record. So let me modify this. Let me remove this and let me come here and let me copy this first one, which is 32.21. 32.21. Okay. So directly select here save. Meanwhile, let me copy the second one, which is 34.21. Let me open this and directly select here add new record. Directly select here a record and at the rate, and you need to provide IP address which is 34.21. Directly select here save. Second one is 34.21. Okay, so now this is the third one which is 36.21. Open your GoDaddy and directly select add a new record, a record, and at the rate, and you need to provide IP address 21.239. Sorry, 216.239.36.21. Okay, so here you can see 36.21. So directly select here save. Now copy this fourth one which is 38.21 and directly select add new record, a record, and here at the rate, and you need to provide IP address. Okay, so here you can see 38.21. So here you can see 38.21. So directly select here save. So uh, I was when gone through this all the four A records. That means I just updated only this A records. Okay, so you can go with A or else A. Okay, that is up to your wish, but have I'm going with A record. Okay, so successfully I have updated on my GoDaddy. So here you can see all the four records has been updated successfully. So now let me select here done. Let me refresh this. So here you can see currently it's loading. So here you can see waiting for the certificate provisioning. You must configure your DNS records for certificate uh, assurance to begin. Okay, so basically it will take around 1 minute to 60 seconds. Okay, so I have written here, guys. Okay, so here you can see update DNS records on GoDaddy. So once you successfully verified your GoDaddy domain, you need to log into GoDaddy and you need to go to my products and DNS management, and there you need to see your txt record initially. Okay, so after that it will after domain verification previously same like this. Let me select these actions. So similarly like this A records and A records, here you can see once verified you will need to add A records or A records. Okay, Google provides them during the mapping. So similarly like this. Okay, so when we are going to map this, it has provided this A records and A records, right? So you need to update this records types on your GoDaddy. Okay, so after completing this provision SSL for HTTPS. Okay, so this is one of the main thing. Just focus here, guys. Okay, so after DNS is configured, Google Cloud Run will automatically request and attach a free SSL certificate for your domain. Okay, so now for this vijaygiriduri.in domain, I was not requesting any TLS sets from this GoDaddy. So Google Cloud Run itself will manage this everything like SSL certificates and everything for our domain. Google Cloud Run handles HTTPS automatically. No need to buy SSL from GoDaddy. Okay, Google Cloud Run itself will manage HTTPS connections, guys. Okay, so so that's why I said this is one of the most beautiful service from Google Cloud. Now it takes nearly 15 to 60 minutes for DNS propagation. So this propagation may vary, so don't worry if it doesn't work instantly. Okay, so currently here let me select here close. So currently here you can see currently it is completed nearly 4 minutes, right? So it takes sometimes nearly 30 minutes, sometimes it will take 1 hour, sometimes it will take more than 5 hours to update this DNS records, guys. Okay, so up to then we need to wait. So let me open this DNS propagation checker. Where is this DNS propagation checker? and vijayagidithuri.in, and we need to go with a record. So basically, why we are going with a record means, so here you can see we updated in GoDaddy, we have updated a records only, right? So that's why I'm going with a record. So you can see these are the a records. So here you need to select a record and directly select here search. So we need to see our 4 IP addresses. 32.21. So let me cross check this everything. First IP address is 32.21. Second IP address is 34.21, 34.21, 36.21. Okay, 36.21, 38.21 is fourth one, 38.21. Okay, so in some regions it's updated successfully. India is also is updated successfully, but in some regions still it's not updated. Let me close this. Okay, so here we need to complete this all checks to in order to access our application using our domain name, guys. Okay, so let's wait for some time. After completing this I will be back. Okay, so let's wait for some time. So here you can see it has taken nearly 31 minutes for this domain mapping. So now let's try to access our application using this domain name, which is vijayagidithuri.in. So you can directly open this link. So here you can see this is my domain name, which is vijayagidithuri.in. So if you select here, connection is secure. Okay. So this SSL certificates and everything will be managed by this Google Cloud Run itself only. Okay. So we are not going to manage from our sites by requesting any TLS certificates from GoDaddy or some other providers. But this SSL and TLS setup automatically it will be managed by this Google Cloud Run itself only, guys. Okay, so currently now security connection is secure and it is going traffic to HTTPS. Okay, so here you can see it is going to HTTPS. So now let's try to test this end-to-end application. So currently it is displaying only hello everyone from Node.js, right? So now let me open this GitHub and let me open this app.js. So now I'm going to modify this app.js file and let me edit this. Let me provide modify this one like hello everyone from Node.js deployed on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so now let's come here. So let me refresh this. Okay, so currently here it is displaying only hello everyone from Node.js, right? So now let's try to commit these changes. So before committing this I just added this deployed on Google Cloud Run. Okay, so directly select here commit changes and commit changes and directly select here actions. So now this GitHub Actions pipeline will start. Okay, so here you can see it is started. So currently it is starting from scratch. So currently it has taken the code and using Trivy it is going to scan this entire file system. So this is the third job, which is build Docker image and push to GCP Artifact Registry. So earlier, as I said, in this stage, first it will authenticate with Google Cloud. Next, using our Docker file, it will build the Docker image and it will tag the Docker image with the latest tag as well as with the GitHub SHA, that means commit ID, and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. So let's wait for fourth job. So here you can see currently it is building our Docker image and it will push both the Docker images to GCP Artifact Registry. Okay, it's completed successfully. So now it will start fourth job. So this is the fourth job. So in this job, first it will pull latest Git Docker image and using Trivy, it will scan the Docker image for any of the security vulnerabilities, guys. Okay, basically it will display only high and critical vulnerabilities. So currently critical vulnerability is 0. We have only high vulnerability. So this is the vulnerability. Okay, so this is the final job. So basically in this job, it will authenticate with Google Cloud. Next, it will enable all the required APIs which are required for Google Cloud Run service. Next, it will set up Terraform and it will do Terraform init and plan. So first, it will check whether the Google Cloud Run service is existing or not. So currently, in our case, Google Cloud Run service is existing, right? So this is our Google Cloud Run service. So let me open these revisions. currently we have only single revision last 42 minutes ago, right? So now instead of recreating, it will modify this Docker image. So here you can see currently it is modifying to latest Docker image, guys. Okay. So here you can see modifying. That means it is currently deploying our latest Git share Docker image to this Google Cloud Run instead of recreating Google Cloud Run service. Okay. So let's wait. And here you can see our job is completed and all the jobs are green. So now let's come here and let me refresh this. So here you can see hello everyone from Node.js deployed on Google Cloud Run. Okay. So this is how it works, guys. Okay. Similarly in real time also it will work same like this. So now let's open this. So currently it is displaying only one revision, right? So let me refresh this. So now here you can see this is the new revision. Just now it is deployed. That means this is our new Docker image, guys. Okay. So 100% traffic is serving to this latest Docker image. So this is the one it is displaying. So one thing I want to tell you guys. So in this case, currently I just deployed Node.js application. So if you want to deploy your own containerized application, it may be your 2-tier application or 3-tier application. Simply you can directly deploy that application in this Google Cloud Run. Okay. Uh, in future, I'm planning to create a video on how we can deploy a 2-tier application on Google Cloud Run service. Okay. Just wait for that video. So meanwhile, uh, for example, let's do one thing. So if anyone accidentally deleted this Google Cloud Run service means we cannot able to access application using this 𝐕𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐷𝐿𝐻 domain name, right? So let's do this. So earlier that means last 20 minutes ago we have done this, right? So we deleted Google Cloud Run service and we rerun this GitHub Actions pipeline means automatically it was recreated. But at that point of time we just accessed our application using this URL. But URL always it will not display the same URL, guys. It will change this URL, but domain name is the same, right? So now what I will do is like currently we are going to access our application using this domain name which is vijaygirituri.in, right? So now let's try to delete this Google Cloud Run service and let's try to rerun this Jenkins pipeline. Then you can see how this Google Cloud Run service is deploying using Terraform and how this domain mapping is mapped to this Node.js service. Okay, basically after deleting this service, it will this domain mapping will check for this service Node.js service. Okay, so if the service is available, it will route traffic to this service simply. Okay, so now let me select your services and let me select this and let me select your delete and delete. So I just deleted. So imagine if someone has accidentally deleted this Google Cloud Run service. So now if you rerun this pipeline, rerun jobs, okay. So if you just rerun this pipeline, in the final job, it will provision using Terraform, it will provision Google Cloud Run service and it will deploy latest image, guys. Okay. So basically this will not work. Okay. Error page not found. The requested URL was not found on the server. Okay. So because we deleted our Google Cloud Run service. Okay. So once this Google Cloud Run service is provisioned, this domain mapping will serve traffic to this Node.js service. So here you can see currently it is showing service does not exist. Okay. So once this service is provisioned using Terraform and once the application is deployed, this domain mapping will serve traffic to this Node.js service. Okay. So I will show you that everything. So meanwhile, let me select this and currently it is in the third job. So in next video, try to watch my next video, guys. Okay. So in next video, most probably I'm going to deploy a simple application on GKE cluster. There we are going to use GitHub Actions. Okay. So up to now we have recreated everything using Jenkins, right? So in next video, I'm going to use GitHub Actions for that project. Okay. So let's wait for that project. In that project, I was trying to implement this Helm and the GKE artifact registry, service accounts, and cloud storage buckets, each and everything, guys. Okay, so wait for that project. So this is the fourth job, and this is the fifth job. So this is the main job. So in this job, first it will authenticate with Google Cloud, and it will set up G-Cloud, and it will enable all the required APIs, and it will set up Terraform, and it will do Terraform init and plan. Okay, and currently the Google Cloud Run service is not available, right? So using Terraform, it will provision Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so if I refresh this, so here you can see we don't have service. So in this Terraform apply stage, it will provision Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so here you can see currently it is doing Terraform init and plan. So here you can see now plan to add. Okay, so currently it is creating Google Cloud Run service and it is going to create Google Cloud Run service I am member. Okay, so here you can see currently it is in creating state. And here you can see this is the Cloud Run URL. It is displaying successfully and our application is also deployed, guys. Okay, so this is the Google Cloud Run URL. So same URL you can find it here. So just refresh this page, guys. Okay, so you can see Node.js service just now it is deployed. Open this. So you can see this is the Cloud Run URL. So same URL you can find it here. Okay, why? Because means in Terraform scripts. So in output.tf we are going to provide output to we are telling Terraform to provide Google Cloud Run service URL, guys. Okay, after creating this everything, so it's deployed successfully. Let's come here. Oh, sorry. Let me keep it here. Let me open this, or else okay. Let me open this in a new tab and let me open Cloud Run. So this is our Google Cloud Run service. Let me select here Node.js and revisions. So latest image will be deployed. So here you can see latest image will be deployed. So now vjgit3.in, it is showing error page not found, right? So let me refresh this. It will serve. So here you can see hello everyone from Node.js deployed on Google Cloud Run. Okay. So just focus here, guys. Let me come here and let me select here domain mapping now. Earlier it is showing a service not available, right? So now this Node.js service is available. So simply this domain mapping is serving traffic to this Node.js service. Okay. So it will check for this name Node.js hyphen service. So if the service is available, it will route traffic to that service. So now let's do final validation. So currently we can able to access our application, right? Hello everyone from Node.js deployed on Google Cloud Run. So now let's do final testing. Let me select here Node.js Google Cloud Run. Now directly open this app.js. Let me edit this, and here I'm going to just add this three dots. Okay, so here you can see currently here we don't have three dots, right? So I'm going to add that three dots and directly select here commit changes. Okay, so now here you can see latest image will be deployed to this Google Cloud Run. Directly select here actions and open this. So it has taken the source code and Trivy file scan. So earlier, last 1 month ago, I already created a video on how we can deploy a two-tier railway ticket booking application on AWS EKS. So if you haven't watched that video, please do watch that video, guys. So in that video, we used so many tools like EKS, Argo CD, and ECR. Like that, we have used so many tools. So try to watch that video. I haven't remembered that names properly. So let me open my GitHub. So here you can see. So earlier last 1 month ago, I just created video on how we can deploy a two-tier application on AWS. So there I just created a backend service and front-end service. So this is the entire architecture we just followed. So there also we used so many tools like SonarQube, OWASP, AWS, ECR to store both the front-end and backend Docker images and Trivy and Helm, Argo CD. And next we used EKS to deploy our application, that means railway ticket booking application. Next we use setbot and nginx ingress controllers, so many things. And using Terraform we provisioned VPC, subnets, route tables, internet gateways, and EKS clusters, RDS databases, and so many things, guys. Okay, try to watch this video. So mostly you can find this video on my YouTube channel. So or else I will provide this video link in this video description. So please try to watch this video also. So if you want to do some real-time hands-on projects means, okay. So let me close this. Let me come here. So currently it is in the final job. So here you can see only plan one to change. So currently it is modifying image instead of recreating Google Cloud and Service. Okay. So currently Google Cloud and Service is available. So that's why currently it is deploying this image to that existing Google Cloud and Service. Okay. And it is deployed successfully and all the jobs are green. Now let's come here and let's refresh this. We need to see three dots. So here you can see three dots is added. Okay. So currently our latest Docker image has been deployed to this Google Cloud Run. Now let me open this Google Cloud Run and let me select here services and let me open this Node.js service and let me select here revisions. So here we need to see second revision. So let me refresh this. So here you can see this is the new revision just now. Revision is nothing but this is our latest Docker image, guys. Okay, 100% traffic is serving to this latest Docker image. So one thing I forgot to tell you, if you want to learn about this Google Cloud and Service, you can directly open my YouTube channel. Directly search for YouTube. Let me open here my YouTube channel. So already I created two different videos on Google Cloud Run. Before doing these videos, please try to watch that videos, guys, first. Okay. So here you can see Google last 1 month ago I just created Google Cloud Run. In this video, I just explain you what is Google Cloud Run and how we can implement manually on Google on from AWS. Sorry, Google Cloud Console itself. You can try to watch this video, and after that I explained you how we can deploy a Flask app deployment on Google Cloud Run using Jenkins and Docker. But in this video I haven't explained you how we can set up this domain mapping and everything. So but in this GitHub Actions pipeline I just explained you, so you can integrate this on Jenkins also. That is also not an issue. Okay, so first try to watch this video, guys. Okay, so I will provide this video link in my video description, so please try to watch that video. So earlier I also created an end-to-end application deployment on GKE cluster. So there I used Terraform and Prometheus, Grafana, GoDaddy, Helm, Docker, OWASP, Trivy, Sonar, and GitHub and everything, each and every tool I used in that project. So please try to watch these videos. So if you want to gain some hands-on knowledge, guys. Okay. So let me close this, and this is about our application. So and yes, that's it for today's video. So now after completing your labs and everything, try to destroy each and everything, guys, because Google Cloud will charge some of the amount from you. So initially what you need to do is you need to come to domain mapping and you need to delete this domain mapping. So once you deleted this domain mapping means it will not work. Okay, so currently it is working, right? So here you can see currently it is working. So once if you deleted this domain mapping means it will not work. Let me delete this. So now we don't have domain mapping. Now it will not work. Within some time it will not work, guys. Again DNS needs to update, right? So we need to wait for some time. Let me refresh this. So let's wait for some time. So within some time it will not work, guys. Why? Because means we deleted this domain mapping on Google Cloud. Okay, so after completing this, just delete this Google Cloud and Service. That's it. Okay, so let's select here networking. Okay, let's come here. Let me refresh this. So traffic is still it's serving. So let me close this. Open incognito window. https colon slash slash vijayagirtori.in. So still it's going because DNS needs to be updated, right? So mostly it will work for next 5 to 10 minutes. After that it will not work. Okay, so now let's close this and let's come here and let's delete this Google Cloud Run service. Let me select this and delete and delete. Okay, So we just deleted this Google Cloud Run service. So or else if you want to delete this Google Cloud Run service using this GitHub Actions pipeline, you can directly come here and directly select I just forgot it to delete using this GitHub Actions pipeline. Sorry for that. But the final stage is so this is the final job. So using this job you can destroy your Google Cloud Run service. Okay, so this is the Terraform scripts. Using Terraform scripts only we provisioned our Google Cloud Run service, right? Using this Terraform scripts only it will destroy this entire Google Cloud Run service in the final job. Okay, so I will provide this repository link in my video description. So please try to do this, guys. So if you have any doubts, please comment your doubts in this comment section. Okay. So and yes, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. And see you in the next video. And bye.